Justin. Welcome back to Movies on the Brain, the channel where we dive deep into the latest and greatest in cinema. Today we're tackling a film that holds a special place in our hearts, Twisters, directed by the talented Lee Isaac Chung and starring the intriguing Daisy-Edgar Jones and Glen Powell. The sequel in name only promises quite a ride. Now, before we get started, here's a quick heads up. This review will contain spoilers, so if you haven't seen the movie yet, hit pause, go watch it, and then come back and join the conversation. Why is this review so special, you ask? Well, it was the excitement over the first trailer of Twisters that inspired the creation of this very channel. After some convincing from my good friends Brian, Jason, Romero, and Angel, Movies on the Brain was born. So buckle up and hold on to your seats as we ride through the stormy twists and turns of Twisters. Let's get into it. Alright, let's break down what makes this movie an emotional whirlwind of action, from the stunning special effects to the compelling performances by Daisy-Edgar Jones and Glen Powell. Twisters has a lot to unpack. But what about the plot twists and character arcs? Stay tuned as we dissect every detail and see if it lives up to the hype. Twisters opened in theaters on July 19th, 2024 with a budget of $155 million. It was projected to have an opening weekend of $60 million. During the Thursday previews, it made $11 million. During its opening weekend, it brought in $81.2 million domestically and finished number one in the box office that weekend, ahead of Despicable Me 4, Inside Out 2, and Longlegs, numbers 2 through 4 respectively, with Despicable Me 4 doing the number one spot in the week prior. As of August 18th, 2024, Twisters has made $238.4 million domestically and $95 million internationally, bringing its worldwide total to $333.4 million. Wow, let's get into the plot. Kate Carter works in Oklahoma with storm chasers Javi, Addie, Praveen, and her boyfriend Jeb. Along with a Dorothy 5 Doppler, the team launches barrels of sodium polyacrylate solution into a tornado in hopes of reducing its intensity and securing funding for further research. However, the crew is caught in the middle as it grows into an EF5. Addie, Praveen, and Jeb are killed while Kate and Javi survive. 5 years later, Kate works at an NOAA office in New York City. Javi, working for Tornado Mobile Radar Company Stormpar, offers Kate a 1-week position with his team to test new tornado scanning system. But Kate only accepts after Javi sends a news report about tornado destroying a town. Kate and Javi join the Stormpar team in Oklahoma, which includes Javi's business partner Scott. Popular YouTube storm chaser Tyler Owens, known as the Tornado Wrangler, also arrives in Oklahoma, looking to capitalize on a predicted tornado outbreak. Tyler is joined by his crew of Boone, Danny, Dexter, and Lily, as well as English journalist Ben. Stormpar and Tyler's crew chase after an EF1 tornado that has touched down in a nearby wind farm. Kate suffers a panic attack, rendering her unable to help Javi set up the final scanner. She instead drives away. The team successfully launches the scanning system for the next tornado, an EF3 that momentarily splits into two. Strong winds blow out the third scanner. Kate and Javi barely survive and drive to the nearby tornado-ravaged town of Crystal Springs to help recovery efforts along with Tyler's crew. Having dismissed Tyler and his team as glory hounds, Kate is surprised to learn that they use merchandise profit to aid tornado victims, while Stormpar investor Marshall Rigg profiteers by purchasing tornado-damaged land. Tyler invites Kate to a nearby rodeo in Stillwater, where they began bonding. When a large EF4 tornado hits, they take shelter in an empty motel pool. In the aftermath, Kate and Javi argue about Riggs's intentions, causing Favi to blame Kate for their colleague's death. Distraught, Kate retreats to her mother's farm in Sapulpa, Oklahoma. Tyler follows and uncovers Kate's previous research regarding the tornado disruption experiment. Kate initially declines Tyler's offer to help retry the experiment, but finally accepts. The next day, they release the solution into a passing tornado, but it fails to dissipate. Using scanner data provided by an apologetic hobby, Kate hypothesizes a change in the experiment correct a previous oversight, namely adding silver iodide. Team tracks another tornado developing near El Reno. Bobby and Scott's truck nearly overturns, but they escape just as the tornado catches fire after striking an oil refinery, before intensifying to an EF5 heading towards El Reno. Bobby attempts to head to El Reno to help recovery efforts. Scott pressures him to continue their mission for Riggs. Bobby abandons Scott by the road and quits Storm Park. Kate, Tyler, and their team evacuate the townsfolk into shelters and basements. A derailed streetcar traps Tyler. Bobby arrives and he and Kate rescue him, and the crew and townsfolk hide in a nearby movie theater. Kate drives Tyler's truck into the tornado's center. After a brief struggle with the controls, she launches the solution into the tornado. The vehicle is overturned. The tornado rips the theater apart, nearly pulling Lily out, but Tyler saves her just as the solution takes effect, weakening the tornado. The team rescues Kate and celebrates the dissipating tornado. Yeah. Sometime later, Javi drops Kate off at Will Rogers World Airport and promises more research on their successful experiment. As Kate heads for her plane to New York, she repeats Tyler's slogan, "If you feel it, chase it," before a PA announces that strong winds have delayed flights. Tyler appears and reconciles with Kate, and they leave in his truck. Closing montage shows that Kate, Javi, and Tyler have joined in a new business, and that Ben's story focused on Kate instead of Tyler. Now let's check out the cast and some other roles they've had. Daisy-Edgar Jones as Kate Carter. Other roles for Daisy-Edgar Jones include Emily Gresham in the TV show War of the Worlds, Kaya Clark in Where the Crawdads Sing, and Olivia Marsden in the TV show Cold Feet. Glen Powell as Tyler Owens. Other roles for Glen Powell include Ben in Anybody But You, Gary Johnson in Hitman, and Tom Hudner in Devotion. Anthony Ramos as Fabi. Other roles for Anthony Ramos include Piranha in The Bad Guys, Ramon in A Star Is Born, and Usnavi in The Fights. Brendan Perea as Boone. Other roles for Brendan Perea include Angel Torres in Nope, RJ in American Insurrection, and Kenton in Dance Cab. Mara Tierney as Kathy Carter. Other roles for Mara Tierney include Doris Von Erich in The Iron Claw, Abby Lockhart in the TV show ER, and Audrey Reed in Liar Liar. Harry Haddon Patton as Ben. Other roles for Harry Haddon Patton include Freddie Hexam in 2019's Downton Abbey, Gaston in the TV show Versailles, and Clarence in the vampire video game. Sasha Lane as Lily. Other roles for Sasha Lane include Bobby in the TV show Conversation with Friends, Jessica Hyde in the TV show Utopia, and Theo in How to Blow Up a Pipeline. Daryl McCormick as Jeb. Other roles for Daryl McCormick include Isaiah Jesus in the TV show Peaky Blinders, Harlan McKenna in Pixie, and Liam Summers in The Lesson. Kiernan Shipka as Addie. Other roles for Kiernan Shipka include Carrie Ann Camera in Longlegs, Allie in Treat, and Allie Andrews in The Silence. Nick Dodani as Praveen. Other roles for Nick Dodani include Randy in the TV show Big Nate, Hardez in Strange World, and Zahid in the TV show Atypical. David Cornsweet as Scott. Other roles for David Cornsweet include Look Jake and Look Both Ways, Jack Costello in the TV show Hollywood, and The Projectionist and Pearl. Tunde Adebimpe as Dexter. Other roles for Tunde Adebimpe include Stephen Gold in the TV show Pantheon, Noah in No More Time, and Sam in Marriage Story. Katie O'Brien as Danny. Other roles for Katie O'Brien include Jackie in Love Lies Bleeding, Kelly in Fantasy, and George in Z Nation. David Bourne as Marshall Riggs. Other roles for David Bourne include Kelsey's lawyer in Killers of the Flower Moon, Bud the Barkeep, and the referee in Disaster Movie. Paul Scheer as the airport traffic police. Other roles for Paul Scheer include Gus in the TV show The Loud House, Hip Whistlers in the TV show Big City Greens, and Val in Happily. Stephen O. Young as Mike. Other roles for Stephen O. Young include Sector in Mortal Kombat 1 video game, Mr. Negative in 2018's Spider-Man and 2023 Spider-Man 2 video games, and Jason Todd in the Gotham Knights video game. James Paxton as Cody. Other roles for James Paxton include Dennis in The Uncanny, James in The Cleaner, and John Garrett in the TV show Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Now, is this better than the 96 film? No, but it's a lot of fun. Trailers really didn't even spoil anything as far as I could tell. Like I said, I normally only watch first trailer if it's a movie I'm going to see. I heard on a podcast I listened to, the podcast being the movie podcast, something about this movie that rings true. It's truly a love letter to Oklahoma. Those who were mad at nobody really died in the 96 film, you'll like this one more in that respect. I mean, within the first 15-20 minutes, we see three people close to Kate unfortunately die. Then we get a 5-year time jump, and it's both surprising and great to see Javi after that opening. I figured it'd just be Kate that has the instinct, but the fact that Tyler did too was fun to watch. When singers started putting out songs for the album for this movie, I was worried that only a few of them would actually make the movie, but a good amount of them did, and they fit too, and I'm really shocked that so many of them actually made the movie. I was honestly surprised they didn't have a relationship start between Kate and Tyler, even though they do tease it at the end. And I really feel like Javi was the best written character in the movie. From Kate figures out what Stormpar was doing and called Javi out on it. We saw some great character development from Javi, from lashing out at Kate to helping her save Tyler, to helping Tyler and Tyler's crew get the citizens of El Reno to safety, and Kate forgiving him. I was thinking I'd not like Tyler, even though I'm a huge Glen Powell fan, just from the way he was portrayed in the trailers. At first, I was annoyed with Tyler, but he grew on me as the movie went on. Well, this movie may not be a box office smash. I think it'll end up being one of my favorite disaster movies, only behind Twister and Dante's Peak. If you're watching this review, I'm assuming you've seen the movie, so let me know your thoughts on it down below. Now, let's look at some fun facts and trivia I found out about this movie. Daryl Cox, who plays the trailer salesperson who suggests using an aluminum trailer, is a local Oklahoma actor who also appeared in the 96 film as the one who tells Bill Paxton's character how long his truck will take to fix. A nod to the 96 film, Kate says, "I'm not back," a line said by Bill Paxton's character Bill many times in the original. The rodeo Kate is wearing the same outfit Helen Hunt's Joe Harding and Twister. After delays caused by the COVID-19 pandemic, filming was halted in July of 2023 due to the 2023 writer's strike and could not resume filming until December. Because of this, major sequences were still being filmed in February of 2024, just months before opening in July. Post-production teams were still working around the clock as late as 2 weeks before opening in theaters to make up for lost time. The water tower of El Reno is shown as a tribute to the El Reno tornado on May 13, 2023. Three members of the Twist-X team, Tim Samaras, Paul Samaras, and Carl Young, died in the El Reno tornado. Glen Powell's parents appear in this movie, sitting behind him and Daisy-Edgar Jones during the rodeo scene. According to Glen Powell, his parents have appeared in all of his movies since Spy Kids 3D. Glen Powell kept the grill of the Dodge Ram his character drives in the movie and had it made into a dining table. He also tried to keep the belt buckle his character wears, but had to return it after being called by production. Dash joked that both pieces were roughly the same size. As Dorothy 5 is unveiled, the majority of the labels are the same as the labels in the original Twister, even though all four Dorothys were destroyed. Glen Powell's dog, Hot Brisket, appears in the movie as both official cast member and official set mascot. Midway through filming, director Lee Isaac Chung suffered exhaustion and was medically forced to leave production for 2 weeks. Director of photography Dan Mendel stepped in to direct. The speakers on the top of the RV, driven by Tyler Owens' team, are an homage to the PA speakers mounted on top of Dusty's RV in the original. And that's a wrap on our spoiler-filled review of Twisters. Whether you were swept off your feet by the intense action or left pondering the twists and turns, this movie definitely gives us plenty to talk about. I'd love to hear your thoughts. Did Twisters blow you away, or did it leave you in the calm after the storm? Drop your comments below and let's get the conversation rolling. If you enjoyed this review, don't forget to give us a thumbs up, subscribe to Movies on the Brain, and hit that notification bell so you never miss an update. Thanks for watching, and until next time, keep your eyes to the sky and your movies on the brain. Stay safe, everyone.